Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the cards for the week beginning the 28th of November 2016. Well, what a week. And that's before it's even started. On the 29th, there's just some stuff coming through before I start the reading, and the reading sort of pretty much sums it all up. I said things were going to be calmer. This week there's a lot of toing and froing and a lot of pulling and repelling as well. On the 29th, we have a huge portal opening. I don't know if anybody's aware of that. It's the 11-11-11 portal. And this is a very, very important energetic day. This is the universe trying to get your attention, and the universe is encouraging you, or rather even screaming at you to fulfill your soul's destiny. This portal is all about, I mean, we've had this crazy year, we've gone on and on about it. I don't want to say too much, but it's all about, living in your truth. It's about reaching your true potential. It's about living authentically and living in the way you are meant to live, living your soul's purpose, and, living rather than existing. So this portal on the Tuesday is the universe, like I say, screaming at us, telling us your dreams can now become reality. They are no longer dreams, you are there. You're like standing at the gateway, and it's, do you go through, So it's a really, really, really positive time here. But before you go through this door, there's some big checks that you've got to go. I've just seen there. It's sort of like, when you go through customs at an airport, and everything, all the baggage has to be like took out of your bags and that when you get searched. This is what I feel is happening this week. For the universe to allow you through, or for you to actually step through as well, So it's a big week. But very, very positive. If you follow the universal guidance, if you follow your soul, and if you follow your heart and follow your dreams, keep your dreams like the carrot in front of you and know where you are heading. If you do that, you will be fine, and you will live a life beyond your wildest dreams. So, I'm sorry, it is that big. It's not like, oh yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic, and there's so much. When we follow our soul's mission as well, this isn't just a mission for us and for our soul. This is a mission for the whole world. We all have a divine purpose that we need to fulfill. If we don't fulfill that in this life, we will have to come back and do this all again. And I'm on my last lifetime. There's no way I'm coming back and doing this again. So I'm getting it right this time, All of the times when I haven't got it right have led me to now know what's right. And the best thing to do is check in with how you feel. Do you feel calm? Do you feel aligned? That is, yeah, you're following your soul. Do you feel anxious? Have you got a knot in your stomach? Is your head pounding in a way? Is there something feeling a bit uncomfortable inside of you, within certain situations? If there is, then this is your soul, like, sort of giving you red flags, pushing that warning button, and trying to alert you that something isn't right. Okay, so it's a really try and practice that, because your feelings, your gut, not your feelings that you feel emotionally or anything like that, your actual physical feelings are what always give you the answers. And whenever you go against your soul, it's you'll feel it, and this is why there's so many people, I feel, living in massive darkness at the moment, because they're not reaching their true potential. And the second they start to follow their soul, or the second they start to realize that circumstances or environments or something like that are what is draining them, and they get out of it, that is when, they suddenly start to see the light. There's a little poem I'm going to mention later on, because there's been a lot of stuff coming up for me and in the last few days, and I was alerted to this, and it just made me smile so much. So I will mention that later on, along with one of the cards. But this is it. You make that decision. Do you follow your dreams, or do you live in the nightmare? Right? Okay. Sorry, that's what Spirit just said there. Do you stay living in the nightmare, or do you follow your dreams? Sorry about that. That's a little bit blunt there. But anyway, I'll get back to the cards. Where have I put them? Right. I'll get back to the cards. So on Monday, the card that we have, this is, like I say, the portal happens on Tuesday, so this is the 28th. So the card that we have here, I'm using the Stretch Tarot deck, beautiful, beautiful deck, designed by an artist, self-published, and I absolutely adore them. I really, really love these cards. So this card on Monday is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this is a card of patience, okay? Seeds have been planted, and, there may be a little bit of apprehension here, sort of waiting for them to develop, or when are they going to bear fruit, sort of thing. And what I want to tell you is, yes, they will, they will. And it's like, keep this goal and vision in sight, because sometimes when we have to wait for things and they're not happening straight away, we start to doubt them. What happens then is, the second we start to doubt, we change that vibration, and the law of attraction also responds to our change. So if we're keeping that vision and keeping that goal, that is what it's working us towards. The second we start to doubt, it's sort of like, all right, okay, they don't want that. So this is about really keeping focus, because when we allow doubt in, doubt is a fear-based thought, and that is an ego-based thought. And once doubt sets in, or fear gets in, this is when things can start to fester and things can start to rot. So please don't allow this. This card is telling you to persevere and not lose your focus at all. And it's like, good things come to those that wait, And this is like, things are panning out how they're meant to be. Like I said, there's a bit of sorting out to do. And, you cannot force the timings with things neither. So what you're looking at here is the long-term prospect. Things might be a little bit shitty at the moment, because, like I say, there's a lot going on. But this is the long term, keep that as your vision. And the future is looking very, very good, and even though you might not see it at the moment, because I really do feel this is like, it's a little bit of a cloud come over. This is saying, if you persevere, and have patience, it will all unfold how it's meant to be, and this is saying, any energy that you've invested somewhere, know that this is, have the hope that this will bear fruit in the future. Don't, you've invested all this energy in it, don't give up now. But when doubt creeps in, this stops us. There's a great story, and it's about a guy that bought this land thinking it had gold on it, and he dug and dug and dug for years on this land, and he never got anywhere. And in the end, he just said, "All right, okay, that's it," and he sold the land. The people that bought it within a month started digging, and they found the gold. And he gave up just at that last hurdle, and lived a life of regret, So please just keep going here, It won't be long before you sort of reap what you've sown. It won't, so you really, on Monday, please, you've got to just trust, you've got to believe that you're on the right track as well, and just enjoy the ride, and see how it's unfolding. I'm getting in my head there, the Oasis song. I'm not really a fan of Oasis, but it's like, you've just got to roll with it. So this is it. Don't stay stagnant. Don't roll back. You're rolling forward, and just allow this to happen in its own time. Now, I do feel when I'm looking at this card, it's like cleaning up this mess. If we have a look, the lady's there. Well, the lady, the witch, it looks like, is there with the broom. And it's sort of, she's looking a bit forlorn, There's a couple of blackbirds there. When I see blackbirds in tarot, I always think that they're quite dark thoughts, but these dark thoughts might have been planted. Somebody could be saying, you're wasting your time. What are you doing? You're wasting your time, and these may have penetrated. And, she stopped cleaning up the mess for a bit just to actually, to not feel sorry for herself, but just to actually like sort of, oh, well, is it worth even cleaning up? Yes, please just keep on the right track here, because it will pass. And when you start like a house cleaning and you start at one room and then you have to do all the others and everything, and you get sick of it, and halfway through you think, oh, when is this ever going to stop? But if you persevere and then you wake up the next morning, everything is fresh and everything is lovely. Think of it like that. It's worth putting the hard work in, and it's worth, like I say, just keeping that focus and being patient. So that's Monday. Then we come to Tuesday, which again, fabulous, fabulous card for it being this 29th of November, which I already mentioned. And this is the card called the Ace of Wands. And in this deck, it's called Creation. Now, if we have a look at that card, I sort of have different connotations with that card as well, but I'll not go into that much. But what this card talks about is it's a new beginning, it's a new life, it's creation, it's the birth of something new. And it always talks about leaving the past behind, and this is what we're being called to do this week, and it's a very, very positive card, this, and it's showing the potential, and saying that you have the potential to accomplish great, great things, in all areas of your life as well. So this card is saying, just go for it, like get your energy up and actually go for it. Because this is a time in your life where there's like a huge breakthrough moment, and it's about feeling inspired. It's about feeling motivated, and it's often about our passions as well, because it's a very creative card, this, so it's like, if you have a particular idea, or if you have a particular passion, then go for it as well, and it's like your eyes have been opened to a new world. And I really feel, that they have, you've seen that things can be different. And this is a card about being excited about the possibilities and the opportunities that are available to you as well, because there's loads and loads of potential around certain situations here. And it, again, it's like, how does it feel when you focus on that? How does it feel? And like I say, if it feels good, then that's it. You've got to do it. So there's a lot of excitement coming in with this card, and it's this is about making dreams your reality, which fits in so well with this day. And it's like that fire that's burning in your belly, now's the time to act. Get rid of all of the drudgery, the stuff that she was sweeping up there. Get rid of it all, because the recent past, is just, it's just been crap and crap and crap, and it's like, clear it all out, and break free here, because dreams can become reality, and all you have to do is just believe it and take action to get you where they can be, so this is a great, great card. Within the card here, I think it's the Michelangelo, isn't it? The fingers, and that's like the creation of life. And this is what it is, this is creating a new life, and a new you. And it's brimming with excitement. And I'm actually excited for you with this, because it's fantastic. And anything that, has been broken on the way or whatever, that can be mended, don't worry about that. This is about focusing on your goal and going forward and having this brand new life, and this life filled with passion, filled with excitement, filled with, I don't know, when you're just bursting, with like, God, life is so, so good. And this is what this card is saying is there for you. And this is what the universe, this is that day, that on the Tuesday, it's, do you make that decision to go through that door? Because through that door is better than you could have ever imagined, but you just need to get through it with it. The following card that we have for Wednesday, it's quite interesting, this one, when I pulled this, because again, we have another ace, right? So aces are all about new beginnings, and two aces together are very, very positive, so there's two aces coming together in here. So this is saying about, it is about new beginnings, but it's also talking about a change in fortune as well. So there's a lot of optimism around this card, and it's about feeling more secure and hopeful for the future. So this card, although it's very similar to the Ace of Wands, this is talking more about financial security as well, and it's saying anything that you invest your time into now, I talked about passions. So this is about making your passions your work as well. Now, I'm very, very lucky to do what I do. I love this job, and I'm also an artist. And, I never feel like I'm working. Yes, I probably could be in another job and making a lot more money in it, but it's not about that. This is about me doing what I love and being able to do what I love to earn a living. Alan Watts talks about this. Sorry, I have a really bad chest at the moment. Alan Watts talks about this, and he said, like a lot of people used to come to him when he was teaching and saying, I don't know what I want to do when I leave university. And he was like, well, if money was no object, what would you do? And they say, a lot of them are saying there would be writers, there would be musicians, there would be poets, there would be artists, they would do something creative. And he said, well, go and do that. Go and do that, because if you are doing something that you love, your passions are rising with it. What will then happen is you will then become very good at it, because you're not just doing it because it's paying the bills. You're doing it because you feel this passion in your belly, and you feel that you need to get your art out in some way. You need to get your creativity out. And when it's done from the heart, this is when it's very sellable. So the better you get at it by practicing your passion, the more fee you can command for it. So you can probably end up making more money doing what you love than being stuck in a dead-end job 9 to 5 that has quite a good paycheck at the end of the week. So this is what this is talking about, and it's saying that, you can be sort of have inner riches as well as outer riches, but this is only if you put your thoughts into doing your passion, and doing that as a form of earning a living. Now, what I'm seeing with this, that's why I said it's interesting, because I usually think of this as a lovely, lovely card, and I really, really like it. Sorry, my foot's gone to sleep there. But this is saying a lot of people have a block around money as well, and especially in the spiritual sense, it's like, oh, do we need it? And yes, we do, we do. We all need money. But money allows us to help people more as well. And the opportunities that are coming in with this card, I really feel they are going to be like financially secure in the future as well. So what this card is saying is you don't have to struggle anymore. You can have it all. You can have what you desire. Again, if you just believe it. So when I'm looking at this card, what I got quite a dark feeling around this money at first. But then we've got the pentagram here, which is saying it is protected. You are protected, and the universe will give us what we want. If we have a look here, out of the darkness, so maybe you're struggling with money at the moment. Maybe it's not flowing as much as it should, and there's quite a dark feeling coming around. Often this happens around Christmas time and the holidays times, we start to panic about money. But what I want to say here is look at the light. There's all these flowers blooming, and these flowers are indicating there's so many different avenues there that are going to be there to offer you abundance as well. You just have to, like I say, you've planted the seeds. Now you just have to wait for them to grow, and do whatever action you need in the meantime, So this is saying that you can have a life like filled with abundance in all areas, so you can do what you love and you can make good money from that as well. So everything is there for you for the taking, and the universe will offer us everything that we need. Just sometimes we're not sure on what it is that we need or what we want, so like I say, this is about thinking, right, okay, if you had your dream job, if money was no object, what would you be doing to earn a living? And then set about, how do I actually sort of put the ball rolling and actually start that as well, because when we are talking about the law of attraction, there's no such thing as lack. We can have whatever we want. The well of the universe is constantly full, and we can take from it what we want. But most of the time we are focusing on what we don't have. So that is what the universe gives us. It gives us more of the same. So today it's about thinking, right, okay, I can make money doing what I love. I can be abundant in this area. Money flows to me easily. And if you only have £5 in your purse, go out and spend it on some flowers or something like that, because you will get it back. There was one day I think it was 50 pence in my purse. That was all I had. And I walked past a homeless guy and I was like, all right. And I gave him this 50 pence. I had the car, there was petrol in the car, so it was fine. I could get home. And on the way, then I was sort of walking to the car, whatever. And I found a £5 note. So it was, I gave. And when you give, this is when you receive. When you hold on to something, it stops the flow. So today, like I say, imagine your dream life. Look at what steps you need to get there, and know that you will get there. And again, they're saying, don't doubt, just dream. So that is Wednesday. So fantastic cards there. I really, really like them. But then as we come to Thursday, we have the Four of Cups. So suddenly we're coming to a halt here. And there's a real melancholy feel around this. And I feel all of this excitement, all of this knowing where you're going, all of that just suddenly pulls to a halt a bit. Now, this is one of the tests that I said we would be having this week. It's the universe wants to know, do you want this enough? And this card is, she's looking there at sort of, she's looking quite forlorn there, and she's thinking, and I really feel there's a lot of worry coming in here. And, this card, when I get it, I always say that it's like turning down an opportunity from the universe or not seeing it, and if we have a look, she's in blackness there, and this is sort of, the really dark thoughts, whereas just above her, there's riches galore. There's, this is, just above there, it's like sort of, what's the word? Quite lavish stuff, So it's like, she's sitting in this darkness thinking, oh, this is all I've got, and she's not seeing what is presented to her. So I really feel this card is sort of like it's like, wake up and see what is in front of you. Get out of your head, because when you get out of your head and get into your heart, then you will see all of these amazing opportunities, and you will see the abundance that is around you. If you sit wallowing, weeping willow, right? Okay, right. Sorry, that's why that came in, right? Weeping willow. So if you sit crying, over what you haven't got, or, oh, look, this is all I've got, then you're just going to get yourself into a state. So this card is telling you, right, snap out of that poor me attitude, snap out of it. It is wonderful, abundant me, Poor me doesn't do anything for anybody else, If you make yourself a victim, you will be one. If you make yourself a victor, you will be one. So the choice is yours. Do you want to sit and wallow, or do you actually want to stand up, get out of that darkness that you've got your head into, and stand up and see all of the abundance that you actually have around you, and see all of the abundance that is coming to you as well? So sorry, I really feel like I've told you off there, but that is how it's coming through, and that is what is being said. So that is, what have we got? We've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That is Thursday. So Thursday, there's a little bit of there's worry. I feel there's worry around. I feel there's, I will always say it's when people plant worms. I call them worms for some reason, because that's what I see. Somebody will plant a little worm, and then they watch it grow in their head, and, they can grow ridiculously. So like I say, be aware of that on Thursday, and get out of your head and get into your heart. Then it comes to Friday, and yay, you've done it. Friday Contentment. So this is about seeing what it is you have got. This is about having 9 cups filled, so this is contentment. This is about being being secure, being happy, sort of like seeing the gifts that the universe has given you, right? What I want to say with this card though, it's quite interesting because if we have a look, this guy is actually folding his arms around his solar plexus. Now, this is a technique I do all of the time when I feel I'm being threatened in some way. So if I feel somebody is there taking my energy, if I feel I'm in a situation where I'm quite uneasy or something like that, where somebody is wanting to take my power away, and it does happen, and it has happened quite a lot lately, the second that happens, I have to protect myself. Because if I don't protect myself and I allow somebody to take my power or I give it away to them, what happens is I lose this contentment. So when you are in alignment, right? When you are in alignment with the universe, when you are connected, you're listening to your intuition, you're following your heart, you're following your gut, and you're going with how you feel, everything will flow like that, and you will get this happiness and you get that contentment. The second you take your arms away and second you let somebody take your personal power away from that center, you will find them cups will start to tip over, and suddenly everything's like, right, okay, what's happening? So what this card is saying, and I really feel this is coming in strongly as well, is I really want you to speak about this today as well. This is saying about speaking. I feel there's something that needs to be said. And also, if we have a look at this guy as well, he has, oh, sorry, I've lost my earpiece there. He has his, if we have a look at the protection around him, look at his aura, he's in a bubble of white light. So it's like basically he's saying, nothing is going to get me down, nothing is going to penetrate me because I am in this happy place. I had the day before where I let my thoughts run away with me, and it didn't feel good. Like I said in the beginning of this reading, how do you feel? That does not feel good. That does. So this guy is adamant that I will not let anything like sort of penetrate my peace of mind, so this is on Thursday. If something doesn't feel good, if you don't feel good around something, if something is making you feel a little bit uneasy, out of it straight away. Protect yourself, protect your power, protect your aura here. You have the protection that you need, and also protect your happiness, because your happiness is very, very valuable here. We spoke before about financial riches and inner riches. This is all about, right, okay, how much is your happiness worth? And if you actually put that down, money can't buy that, So this is about protecting that and protecting how you're feeling, protecting the state that you're in. I would love to say, great, you've done really, really well, but Friday, as we come to, oh, hello, hold on, no, that was Friday, sorry, that was Friday. So as we come to Saturday, right, okay, Saturday again, there's worry. I don't like this card at all. When I looked at this card, the first thing I see, and I don't know if you can see it there, it's like the Baphomet. That is the sign of the devil. And I really, really don't, I don't like that card. What this card is talking about, and I do feel in some way there could be, I do feel there's some way in this a child could be involved in some way. And I'm getting ruler, not as in what you measure, ruler. So, somebody getting like a domination there. I'm wanting you to recognize, that's it, recognize where there's domination, because what I'm getting here, there's a sense of loss comes in with this card in some way, and I do feel that this is financial as well, but it's a feeling of like being out in the cold, being a little bit ostracized in some way, and this is causing quite a lot of worry. Now what I want you to do here, because like I say, I feel there's, when I say dark forces, I don't mean that in a bad way. There's not like demons and stuff like that coming. But when I'm looking at this card, what I'm seeing is I really feel it's like it's time to set the record straight, if that makes sense. That's what's coming through here. There's a lot of what I'm feeling on this. I'm feeling like I'm being ganged up on. I'm feeling like I'm being bullied in some way. You know, like when you see somebody in a schoolyard and everybody's around them and bullying them, and this is causing a lot of worry because I'm, you know, with these coins here, it's like it's I'm not feeling very secure, and this could be monetary wise. This could be. I feel it's more internally wise. I'm not feeling secure. I'm not feeling safe. I'm feeling a little bit victimized when this card is coming in, and it's like a lot of gray areas I'm getting with this as well. So it's like, please, please, please try and read between the lines here as well. And no one else, don't let no one else, don't let no one else make you feel like this, because you know, when I said he's protecting his power, I really feel here it's like somebody siphoned off your power in some way on Saturday, and there's a lot of worry caused in this, and I really feel like I'm like I say, I'm getting this bullying, but I feel like I've been boxed in some way. I'm feeling a little bit claustrophobic. I'm feeling like, you know, I want to get out of where I am. I'm not threatened in a bad way as if I'm going to be physically attacked, but I really feel psychic attack. I feel that there's a psychic attack in some way, you know, coming with this, and somebody wanting to take away the color of my world. That's what I'm getting. I mean, if we have a look at that, look at the lovely blue in there. You know, this is healing, this is beautiful, this is speaking your truth. In this, I'm just getting dark, and you know, and like I say, not a lot of color, and you know, being aware of this symbol that is in the middle of everything, you know. And this, if we have a look, this looks like it's going straight into her crown chakra, so this will just then fill the head up. So like I say, just be very, very careful on Saturday as well. Time, I'm getting here, right? Beware of the time. Beware of the time. So right, okay. Okay, clock watching. Beware of the time. Beware of the time you're spending somewhere. Beware of where you're spending your time. Time spent somewhere, spending your time. I'm not quite sure what that is coming through here, but yeah, this is oh God, I'd love to just come with you and protect you on Saturday. That's what I want to do with this one. But it's, please, when I mentioned worms before, don't let worry worms be planted, because I really feel this. You know, when you're getting bullied, this is what I'm getting. You know, when you're getting bullied and you lose that sense of self-worth, you sort of lose that you lose yourself, your sense of self, and because somebody is telling you that you're small, you actually start to believe it. And please don't do that. You know, this is a bully is actually very weak in themselves, and they will try and weaken somebody else because they see a light in them. They see something in them that they know they cannot be. And, you know, this is often the target. That's why people are the targets for bullies. You know, a bully is not a strong person. A bully is very, very weak, you know, and you know, I totally believe in whatever we give out, we get back as well, you know. So this bully will get their comeuppance, but I just don't want you to be drawn into this. I don't want you to feel this self of unworthiness, which is what I'm actually feeling at the minute. That's the thing, unworthiness and worry and self-doubt. And I really feel this is because of somebody saying something as well. So oh, it's like picking little bits, you know, like trying to chip away. That's what I'm getting with this, and like leaving Frayed, leaving you feeling pretty frayed or afraid, right? Okay, afraid. So sorry, I really don't want to scare you or in anything with this card, but I just don't like it. Now, what you can do in this situation, and whenever we're faced with this, if you imagine sort of, you have a protective mirror, look at this guy, he has his protection on. Black tourmaline is a fantastic gemstone that actually helps against attacks like this, and also fire agate as well. Fire agate is great because what happens with fire agate is whatever somebody is given to you, it fires it straight back to them. So it's sort of like a little like sort of psychic, like boom, send it back, like sort of Wonder Woman with how she used to do with the things on her wrist. So I'm really going to put this card down because I don't like this card for Saturday. And remember, when we come up against opposition or something like that, this is usually when, and I do feel within this reading as well, it's like you're following your truth, you're following your light, you're following your authenticity, you're following your dreams. And I really feel that there may be people there that don't want this and don't like this. And that is, they are wanting to put roadblocks there, and they are wanting to sort of stop your belief. I feel this is because they haven't got belief in themselves in any way, but I really feel this is like, as you're trying to go up, people will try and drag you back down. And I feel that is what this is about on Saturday. So please be careful with this. Thankfully, Sunday gets better. What we have in here, and I love this card, look, and it's like, going to the crystal ball to see what's going to happen and what this is happening. There's a lot. I mean, we have lovely lilacs there, and what this is saying is like, it's your target. Your target is in sight, I can see the future and your future looks bright. So it's like getting verification that, don't let them penetrate you in any way. This is about where your future is. And this, the Three of Wands, this is about, building as well, building for the future, getting everything together. It's sort of like the Holy Trinity in some way as well, so it's like being connected, sort of mind, body, spirit. That's it. There's the three of them there. So sort of, your mind knows what is happening because your intuition is telling you that things are going to be good. Your spirit knows it because it feels it, and your soul knows it because it's that's guiding your way. So like I say, this is a beautiful card, and there's a lot of flowering around it, and and like I say, there's a lot of light around it as well. And if we have a look, that horrible black box that was there has now been turned white. And this is about having your protection to build, to build, sort of to build up. That's what I'm getting here. You're building up and building up and building up, so it's like the foundations are strong here, and it's like the enthusiasm of the beginning of the week, of the Tuesday. The enthusiasm comes back again, and you have this belief again, so everything is going to be all right. It is, like I say, she's looking at the crystal ball and she likes what she sees here, but what she needs to do is put away this darkness, put away the clouds of doubt, and allow this light in. And when this light is in, this is when you will get the enthusiasm, and you will know again that you're on the right track. I'm sorry for keep telling you this all the time, but these are the messages that are coming through. So that was the reading for the week, and I pulled another 3 cards. One from the Colette Baron Reid deck, one from the Osho deck, and one from the Rumi Oracle deck as well. I just found them in the drawer, so I was like, all right, I'll use one of them. So like I say, this card, when we're looking, I've got to go back to this. Sorry, this is saying that like whatever you have put your efforts in, this really is going to pay off as well. So it's about opportunities again. We've spoke about that a lot, and this is about embracing the change and adopting like a longer term view as well. So it's saying you're in a position of strength here as well. So it's like you're you're controlling what it is that happens to you, so it's like, if it's vision, and it's having foresight as well. It's, that everything is okay, because that's why you're being drawn to that, so this is saying, have faith in you, and have your own worth as well. Yesterday, it was like, if they try to take your own self-worth away from you, please don't allow that, because there is positive outcomes coming. So, please don't let, like I say, the bullies be gone. That's what they've just said there. Right, okay. I'm really in a funny mood, Spirit, today. This is quite bizarre. So, right, okay. The Colette Baron Reid card that I got is Fork in the Road. So like I said at the beginning, it's like you've been moving along, and then suddenly now it's right, okay, I've got to make a decision, and which way do I go? I would say straight away, follow the light. That is where you need to go. But I really feel this week, and some of the things that happened have sort of left you, oh, right, okay, I don't know, where you were sure before. What I want to say with this, and it's coming in really strong here, is not my circus, not my monkeys. So this is like, if people are acting up and whatever, don't even get involved in the drama. I said before, it's like they're trying to put a detour there. Don't even get in the drama. If that is, not my circus, not my monkeys, that's their shit, let them deal with it. That is what this card is saying. And it's like, when we get this card, what you need to do is ask yourself the question, who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live the life of authenticity and the life that I want? When you actually like answer that from the heart, that will make this decision a lot easier as well. And this is saying there's abundance all around you, but please choose to see it, because the road that you should go on is very, very clearly point posted, but there's just a little confusion along the way here. So again, tap into your intuition, ask your soul, and look at the road that will guide you towards your emotional and spiritual well-being as well, because this is about being well. That's what I'm getting, being well, like I say, when we're in the light is always healing, and we're always growing and stuff like that. When we're in the dark, we start to stagnate, and there's not a lot of growth when we're in the dark. And it's just, I mean, you put a flower or something in the dark, and what will happen? If it doesn't see sunlight, it will die. Whereas you look at places that have tons and tons of sunlight, and look at how their flowers grow. They're fabulous. So it's like I say, there's a decision. There's two paths you can go on, and that is coming on pretty much for the week. And it's like I say, yeah, it's decision time. It's which way to go here. But just don't be involved in the drama, and don't let your monkey mind take over neither, because I really feel like I say there's these monkeys, I feel like they're scratching at my head, as well. So if they come knocking, don't let them in, because you do have an owl there, and the owl is your guide, and the owl is your spirit guide, and the owl will, if you listen to the owl, because the owl is wise, remember, you will be guided. So owls are always signs of good things as well. So like I say, leave the monkeys behind and follow the owl. That's pretty much with that one. I then pulled an Osho card. Now these are for overall on the weekend and how things are, and this card is got like such a lovely serenity about it. I really, really like this. And what I like about this talks again about tuning in, tuning in or turning in and just being. So, when we have sort of desires, and when we get into conflict because of these, because a lot of times of what other people tell us we should do, other people think we should be doing, or we are allowing other people to control not just our lives but our minds, we develop this like sense of anxiety, and a feeling that we're not good enough or we're doing something wrong. Now this goes straight back to Thursday, by truly going inside here, we can serve ourselves better, and we get that knowing. And when we know this is, look at the flow in that, she is flowing. She is a complete piece here. If we have a look at this card, I don't know if you can see it, but look at them demons, and it's almost like you can hear them screaming and shouting, and because she is in a place of alignment, because she is in a place of herself here, they're desperately trying to get our attention, but she is sitting there. She has a smile on her face. She's at one with herself and she's at one with the universe. So she's completely drowning these voices out as well, and it's like they can't be heard and they don't even matter. So this card is about developing what is already in you as well, and it's like it's this journey outward which we're doing with this gateway that we're walking through. You need to have took the journey inward first, because you're already there then. And like I say, this is about your truth. This is about living in your truth. And it's at the end of these readings, I always say Satnam. And Satnam is from the Kundalini Yoga school. And Satnam is actually means truth is my name, and it's about living in your truth, and it's about speaking your truth, and it's about being truthful at all times, and a lot of times being honest and being truthful will not always get you a lot of friends but it will get you the right ones, because the people that are there to handle the truth and the people that can take that are the ones that you want on your journey. When you start speaking your truth, you have a lot of these, like I say, people just, and the reason being is this highlights a lot the fact that they're not speaking their truth, so by you doing that, that just woof, it blows things open. But like I say, if we look at this card, look, she has the flowers around her, this is it, it's growing, it's blooming, flowing like water here, being very, very healing card. She's sitting smiling while the people around are screaming. So like I say, just go into yourself, and drown it out. So, please just be at one, you know that's what I want to say. If you take the time to cut all of the madness out and just be aligned, you actually know where it is that you're going. So the final one that's come out by the Rumi deck, and it's the first time I've read these for oh, it's getting reflected there. First time I've read these on these videos, and this is called Beyond Death, Life. So with this card, what comes in with it by Rumi is as light, as life, as love, and this is such a beautiful card. And like I've already said, there's this ending comes with it. So this is a bit like the death card in the tarot. And, endings come as we start to move forward, and we have to, we have to leave things behind. And, often this can be quite painful, but when we are experiencing this light, when we've had this awakening, when we know that there's something different, we cannot stay where we once were, in any sense. And this is what growth is. If you think, when you're grown, when you're a kid, you get a pair of shoes, but a couple of months down the line they don't fit anymore, and it's not that there was anything wrong with the shoes, they don't fit anymore now because you have grown into them, or grown out of them, sorry. So what this is saying is that this ending has not come to punish you or in any way to hurt you. This ending has come to grace you, and this ending has come to free you from what you have known, in the past. And it's come to show you love and light. And this is what this total being is here, So in order to embrace this new life, and this is what I'm talking about, this gateway, this portal of going into this new life, you are standing on the precipice of it. And in order to go through this, you have to look death in the face. And this isn't death as in physical death. This is death of the old, but the thing is, you would not be at this gateway if you were, if that death wasn't there. That death is somebody dies because their time is up. That is what it is, so the time on something was up, which has brought you to here. you know, and this is when this new beginning starts here. So it's like, you know, there's a lot of things coming in here about financial and stuff like that as well, but it's like they're saying to me here, what was that old costing you, you know? I don't feel this is financial, but it's like I feel that there was, to stay in the old dark life, I feel there is a spiritual and emotional bankruptcy that would happen, you know. And it's like your old identity is no good now. It's not serving you, you know. You were wearing a ego mask that was too small, you know, because you are such this great being of light. So what you need to do here is focus on what you are becoming and release, while honoring the past, you know, what no longer is. Let it go. Let it go with love and move on. You know, recognize the purity of your being here, you know, because the divine is calling you, destiny is calling you, the universe is calling you and telling you that your dreams are there. So, to end on that, I want to give the poem that I mentioned in the beginning. And the poem is, it's by Charles Bukowski, and it is called My Laughing Heart. And it's, your life is your life. Don't let it be clubbed into dank submission. Be on the watch. There are ways out. There is light somewhere. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. Be on the watch. The gods will offer you chances. Know them. Take them. You can't beat death, but you can beat death in life. Sometimes, and the more often you learn to do it, the more light there will be. Your life is your life. Know it while you have it. You are marvelous. The gods wait to delight in you. So that totally sums up this week, okay? Bumps in the road, roadblocks at every turn. Keep going forward, you know, speak in your truth, live in your truth, and you will get there. I'm so sorry this has been a really long reading, but there was, like I say, there was a lot coming out. If anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch via my Facebook page or via my website. The links are below. And I'll not waffle on at anything because this has gone on really, really long and I'm dying for a cup of tea now as well. So I'm going to go and do that. But stick in this week. Remember, if you stay true to yourself, then everything will be fine, and follow your dreams because they are calling you. You know, you're that far away from them. So have an absolutely fabulous week, and I'll speak to you again next week. Sat Nam.